Well, good morning. This is Gary Hawks. Right now I'm at Cascadia Rehabilitation Center, recovering from abscesses that attacked my brain a couple weeks ago. I think it probably has something to do with my over a decade of tobacco use that led to the lowest point in my life. But now I'm at a rehab center for the next few weeks. A few weeks ago I couldn't even walk or sit up straight. Now I'm walking laps, no longer disabled. I'm not as fit as I want to be, but my mind is working, and I feel good. Despite everything I'm doing right now, all the shit I'm dealing with in my own personal life, the things that are mainly bugging me right now is this awful human being I became aware of as a young boy, and just knew innately, without an adult having to specifically tell me, was not a role model, not one to aspire to be like. Now, he was quite famous and very wealthy. He inherited $400 million from his father. He used the money to screw people over mostly, and to show off how wealthy he was. He wasn't really good at anything except self-promotion. Again, I became aware of him as a young boy. I've been aware of him a long, long time. Very tired of his story. When will it go away? Why did we empower him? He was never successful. He was famous for bankrupting companies, cheating on his wives, being racist and sexist, and an advocate for violence. That's why we know his name. That's why we know his name. For several decades now, that's why we know his name. That is what he is famous for. But he's also a very good liar. Somehow he's been able to manipulate way too many people into thinking that he's something that he's not. That he's somehow a champion of the people. No. You already know who I'm talking about without even saying his name. The guy who was famous for bankrupting companies, cheating on his wives, being racist and sexist, and an incompetent businessman. What's his name? How did he convince our society that he was benevolent? It's amazing. He was rewarded with his own TV show in the early 2000s after his fourth or fifth bankruptcy as I was graduating high school. He's still around. Why isn't he already institutionalized, let alone being considered a major party's choice for president? It's pretty insane, and I can't wait till it's over, when it goes away. Mr. Donald John Trump needs to face the reckoning. You know, he needs to stop being rewarded. I don't really understand people that are, because for me personally, the reason I knew I could never aspire to be like him or something like that is, well, I'm a Christian. Also, I later became a Sigma Nu, and the principles of Sigma Nu are love, truth, and honor. So obviously I cannot vote for Donald John Trump. I'm a follower of the teachings of Jesus. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Deliver me not from temptation, but deliver me from evil. Please deliver us from evil. Donald John Trump is a very disturbed, sociopathic narcissist. He's a very disturbed human being and needs to be institutionalized, let alone not have access to massive power over people. He's openly declared what he wants to do with his power. When he was given power before, he abused it for his own personal gain. And there was no surprise there. He should have never been nominated in the first place. The Republican Party had two other candidates that weren't that great either, but they're certainly better humans than Trump. The Republican Party certainly can just pick the other candidate. You know, is Nikki Haley better than Trump? Of course. Why not just pick her instead? It would be nice if the Republican Party can grow some balls, grow a spine, and just say, we're done with Trump. That's all they need to do. And let the criminal justice system work itself out as well. The guy needs to face the reckoning. We need to stop rewarding him, okay? He should have never even got his own game show to host. He was a has-been when I was graduating high school. What revived his career? Becoming the host of a game show. That's what it was. It wasn't reality TV, folks. It was a game show. A business-themed game show that the same guy who produced Survivor produced. That's it. That's what revived his career. He had no elected experience prior to 2016. What was the genesis of his campaign? Claiming that the first African-American president wasn't born in America. Why did he say that? Because he's a known racist. That goes way, way back. That's how we became aware of him in the first place. Him and his father violated the Civil Rights Act back in the early 1970s, and they were sued by potential tenants of their properties. They would segregate their properties based off of race. Blatant violation of the Civil Rights Act. Yeah, that goes way, way back. Please stop trying to convince yourself that he isn't racist or something. No, he is. And yes, there are some people that are of certain races that support him anyway, but yeah, that's called free will. But that doesn't mean he's not racist just because there are some people of certain races that are in his crowd. It goes way, way back. His entire slogan about going backwards in time is very much about a certain racial hierarchy that was in the past. That's part of our past, okay? Racism is part of our history, and a tortured history at that we're still obviously working on. The Electoral College, racism. Yeah, that's why it was created. We need to get rid of the Electoral College. Because we're in this situation where, yeah, Mr. Trump will obviously, even if nominated by a major party, will not win the popular vote. We have a certain confidence in that. It is a vocal minority that supports the guy, known as MAGA. Make America Great Again. Go backwards in time to a more racially suppressive era in our country's history. No thank you. No. Okay? Please wake up. Please stop in wanting shittiness. Please stop encouraging one of the worst among us to get more power. Please stop. If you want to be conservative, individual liberty, small government, great. I'm all three of those things. Those sound great. Donald Trump is none of those. He's an oppressive dipshit, racist, sexist asshole, and we've known that for decades now. But bless the hearts of the folks that didn't know that. I wish they'd get the memo though, okay? No violence. Just vote, participate, and vote for the best candidate. Don't vote for the worst one. Don't vote for the worst one because you don't like the other one. Vote for the best one that represents your interests. Donald John Trump does not represent any of our interests, regardless of what your religion is, political views are. He doesn't represent you. Even if he's lying directly to your face, even if he's saying you're attending his rallies, he ain't representing you. He's only protecting himself. He's only voting on creating laws to protect him, his interests. So, it's time to wake up. We need to move on from Trumpism. The election isn't till November. He's got plenty of shit that should bar him. You know, he did violate the 14th Amendment and all that. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. He raped a woman. He was never one of our best to begin with anyway, but there's plenty of other people, you know? So, as I'm dealing with recovering from abscesses in the brain, relearning how to walk and talk, and stuck on a rehab center for the next several weeks, not able to leave. My mind is, where is this country going? And I hope it's upward. From the ashes comes new birth. May we, at long last, be over the Trumpism bullshit. I really do hope that we are. But it's going to take some willpower. It's going to take some working together beyond just bipartisanship and all that. It's going to mean people embracing positivity, you know, and love and logic. So anyway, hope everyone's doing all right out there. Make sure you're registered to vote and participate. Much love.